ANC staffers are on strike over unpaid salaries. Employees haven't been paid on time this month, and in July, they received nothing at all. The party denies it's broke, but admits it has some cash flow problems. National Chairperson Mvusi Mdala, however, feels staff should soldier on because he says the joy of working for the ANC comes from helping people and not a paycheck. Before we speak to the chairperson of the Staff Representative Committee, Mvusi Mdala, let's take a listen to what Mvusi Mdala said on the channel yesterday.
I worked in Luthuli House for 10 years, JJ. There were times when we got our pay on day 36 and on day 42, and we soldiered on because the source of excitement and encouragement in the ANC is not really the salary, but we must be paid. It's actually the fulfillment that you derive from doing the work for the people and interact with the people. Of course, when people are not paid, you can't celebrate that. People must be paid. Yeah. But the issue is we are having a situation where we have introduced the party political fund, which is not a big amount of money, and with a number of conditions. The ANC must learn to survive under those conditions. And we're in that painful learning process. We're at school, we're paying the tuition fee throughout this period. Yeah. It's painful, but I'm repeating, JJ, we are hard at work to resolve that problem, and we're going to resolve it.
All right, let's speak to Mvusi Mdala now, who is the chairperson of the Staff Representative Committee. Mvusi, what are you thinking watching that clip of Mvusi Mdala basically saying that the joy of working for the ANC actually comes from helping people and not necessarily a paycheck?
It's unfortunately, but we don't want to engage National Chairperson on this debate, what he's raising on the national television, and then we'll prefer maybe to sit and talk about it. But having said that, we can say that as staff of the ANC, we have been subjected to this for quite some time. Because what is happening now, since 2018, we have not been getting salary increase. That means staff of the ANC on a daily basis is getting poor. That joy, yes, we understand that joy, and we are committed to continue to work for the ANC, but at the end of the day, staff members of the ANC, they've got families to look after. They've got the contractual obligations to attend to. Their credit record is being damaged in this process of not getting salaries. Therefore, all those need to be taken into consideration in whatever the organization finds itself currently.
How have the members that you represent at the ANC been surviving, Mvusi? This is, what, the second month of them not receiving their salaries?
Our members have been suffering for this, others have lost their cars, others they've been evicted from where they are staying, others they can't send their kids to school, and then others, we are subjected to this during the time of pandemic, because also our medical aid is suspended on a monthly basis. And then, unfortunately, when it's suspended, others even can't buy even medication because they don't have money to do so. Therefore, it has been a very unfortunate situation. It's terrible. It's unexplainable to say how they've been surviving.
What explanation has the party given you, Mvusi? They are constantly using, and I'm saying this very cautiously, the Political Party Funding Act as an excuse. They are also talking about the impact of COVID-19 on businesses that would often donate to the organization, and they're saying also, as a company, they're not immune from the devastation that COVID-19 and other factors have had on a lot of businesses. What's been their explanation to you? You protested, I think, last month as well, outside Luthuli House. They came and said, we're going to sort it out. What are they saying now? And do you actually believe that they are working at resolving this?
As members of staff, we understand the impact of the Party Funding Act, but we are not convinced. There's nothing that convinces us that we are in this situation simply because our problems did not start in April when this act became effective. As I indicated earlier on, that since 2018, the party has not been paying our provident fund, whereas they are deducting money from us as employees. There was no party funding bill then, there was no pandemic then, and then we have not been receiving salary increment since for the past 4 years. There was no party funding bill, there was no pandemic. Therefore, that explanation, as much as we can understand to a certain extent, we are not convinced, we are not buying it, that it is the real situation that is putting us where we are. Ours is this, that I think there's a problem of financial mismanagement.
So what's the plan? This is the second month. We don't know if they're going to pay the salaries in the third month. What's the plan? And I know it's a tough one because there are not a lot of options now because, looking for a job right now is really tough. The labor market is not really absorbing as many people as it should. What are you guys considering to do as staff members of the ANC?
As staff members of the ANC, as we have decided today to tools down in a form of forcing the employer to hit to our demands, because there are things that we are not going to compromise, especially our provident fund, that's our social security, that we're not going to compromise, that must be paid up. We'll continue to tools down until our demands are met, until those who are in the employment of the ANC as a temporary are deemed to be permanent, because we've got members of staff who have been working for the ANC for the past 10, 15 years and are not receiving any benefit. And then we think that is unfair in terms of the laws of the country.